Hey, how's it guys? Spark from Wavescape here. I've got a surf report for you on Wednesday, the 13th of June. We'll be covering Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and into next week, Monday by the 18th. We're looking at the GFS forecast, global forecasting system, and we're looking at windy.com and first weather and wavescape.co. First of all, we're going to be covering this big storm down here with lots of chunky winds facing in all different directions. We're going to be focusing a little bit on the big rain that's going to come. A total accumulated rainfall of around 125 millimeters in the Cape Town catchment, which is really good news. And then we'll be looking at the second storm down here, which is going to start influencing things a little bit later in the weekend and into next week. As you can see, there's a very southerly southeast fetch down south of the storm. So let's get into it. The storm starts to arrive. You can see a lot of northerly winds, prefrontal conditions, berg winds, devil's winds, all manner of clean, nice offshore breezes apart from the west coast, which is going fresh to strong northwesterly as that front bites. By tomorrow morning, that front is biting quite hard, and there's strong northwesterly winds right across the southwestern Cape. And as you can see, it goes right up the coast, all the way into Namibia. But of course, all this wind and this wind fetch is all very much of a very west direction. Okay, so now let's look at this southerly component. Obviously not doing anything so far on Thursday, but into Friday it starts to move into an interesting position down here in the south. So you got very strong, a little nugget of very strong 40 knots or so of southeast wind, and it's more or less pointing in the right direction if you are an organizer of the Kalk Bay shootout and you want some south swell for Kalk Bay on the weekend. But it does look like that has downgraded quite substantially, and there is south swell coming, but it does seem like it's starting to appear into the picture from late Saturday and into Sunday. Looking at Friday, 4 o'clock, and it's now bombing towards the whole of the Southern Cape and the Eastern Cape as well. And then come Saturday, you see busters moving up the coast. Come Saturday, those busters have moved up, and now this other storm is coming into the picture. And as you can see, there's a long fetch, from there to there of westerly winds, and they're all pointing right up the west coast. So, but very west, going to miss the Eastern Cape. But then so much disturbance in the storm as it forms stronger and stronger on Sunday, and there is enough energy in there to just clip the coast with some swell next week. And as you can see, a very long area of wind. In fact, it's kind of stretching pretty much from South America all the way to South Africa. Yeah, and if you had to look at the storm here, moves in, bang, strong front, moves past, deepens in the south down to 974 millibars. There's that southeast component starting to come into the picture around about there, Friday morning. And then it bangs across that swell window from Friday morning to Friday night. And by early Saturday, it's gone. So we're going to have a short, sharp little burst of south swell to arrive. It's got to move through quite a bit of wind as well. But if we had to look at the Cape Peninsula, there is all the west swell that's coming on Thursday with the storm. Big winds, near gale, northwesterlies going very westerly, very messy, very mixed up storm swell. Friday as well, lang swell. Saturday, lang swell. Nice conditions early in the morning for Saturday, I think, for surfing at some of the reefs. And then as you can see, the swell direction starts to go a lot more southerly into Saturday night, and then Sunday, there it is. There's your southerly swell. 9 foot 13 seconds straight south probably means a 4 foot swell in False Bay, hopefully 5. It does seem to pick up a little bit later in the day. So 4 5-foot sets towards afternoon. And then it's overlaid by that second component from that second storm. Lots of quite strong grunt in it. Don't know how much is actually going to be making landfall on the coast, but it does look like a solid swell. But unfortunately, stiff northwesterly winds on Sunday, and moderate to probably fresh westerly onshores lasting Monday and Tuesday. So, yeah, but it does look like nice conditions for Kalk Bay, although those winds are quite strong, but it is offshore. And then moving up the coast, pretty much towards the Plateau P east side, Wednesday, Thursday, quite small. Thursday getting bigger, but there's lots of prefrontal northerlies blowing devil's wind. And then the buster arrives Thursday afternoon, and it's pumping. Friday up to gale force, raging through, strong winter storm, big swell, 8 to 10 foot starting off the day, and then getting bigger and bigger to 10, 15 feet probably plus, and of course out to sea even bigger. Saturday it's also raging winds, most spots out of control, too big. Although, if you look at this west direction, you can think that maybe there will be some skunkage going on and that it'll actually be blown right past and hardly anything will get into the coast, especially the sheltered points. Not enough southerly in the direction at all. But come Sunday, suddenly, boom, we're getting that south swell, and early in the morning, before this little northeast is due, you should get some nice waves. And then Monday, Tuesday, more busters, more storms, and a big swell coming from that second storm. And again, might not be as big as it's indicating here, because this is virtual buoy offshore, and as we can see, that storm did seem to only clip the coast with its wind direction, so the swell resulting from it may not be as big as it suggests. And then moving up into the KZN area, Wednesday, Thursday, pretty small. In fact, probably was very nice early Wednesday, early today, and then Thursday, a bit skunked by fresh northerlies from as the air gets sucked down from the high pressures off the coast towards the upcoming low pressure that's moving through. And then the buster arrives in the form of a fresh to strong southerly wind, but swell nowhere. And then Saturday, the main brunt of the storm arrives, and you also got like loads of swell, but also loads of wind, and that's going to be blown out. Sunday morning could be quite epic with a lot more of a southerly direction on it. Nice 3-4 foot, becoming 4-5 foot, but unfortunately you're going to get skunked by beast wind that's going to blow it all out. And then Monday, also early in the morning, Kef waves, and up the coast, that south swell is going to last a little longer than it did in the Cape because it moved so fast away from the Cape. And the longer the swell travels, the longer it lasts, of course. And then Tuesday morning, oh my hat, it looks like it could be cooking as well on the south coast. And then let's just look at the rain, okay? The rain is a very interesting thing. So here comes the rain on Wednesday, and then by Thursday morning, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and here comes the rain. Thursday, 6 a.m., 7 a.m., boom, it's starting to rain in Cape Town. And by 11 o'clock, it's smashing through inland, and it's right over the catchment, and it's pouring in the catchment. So if we zoom in a little bit to the catchment area, and as you can see, there's Villiersdorp and Theewaterskloof, the dam that feeds Cape Town. Voelvry Dam further north, and we're looking at excellent rain, 24 millimeters. This is for the rain in a 3-hour period. As you can see there, it says rain 3-hour period. And 1 o'clock, it's really pouring with rain. And then this rain continues all the way through. Not as strong, but still pouring. And of course, it's exponential when the ground is saturated and the streams are flowing strongly. And then there's more rain, and the flow just keeps going and keeps going, and it becomes exponential, the inflow of water into the dams. Still rain on Friday, still rain. And this is all across the mountains of the catchment. All these mountains and these rivers here feed into these dams, so that's really good news. And then by Sunday, there's another one coming. Sunday night, again, nice rain, not quite as staunch as the last one, but still, look at that, solid rain lasting all the way through. If we look at First Weather's take on the rain, and they also use GFS, the Global Forecasting System. Here's the rain at 2 a.m. on Thursday, and then 8 a.m. Thursday. Now this is 24-hour accumulated rain. That purple is 75 to 100 millimeters. And then look, boom, by lunchtime on Thursday, it's suggesting that this 24-hour period is going to be like 200 millimeters. And what's great about this is it indicates that even and it just lasts for so long, like literally lasts for 24 hours of consistent rain, all the way through to Friday afternoon and Friday evening even. So that's like 36 hours of really good rain. So yeah, that really bodes super well for Cape Town. Yeah, I look forward to having a bath sometime, play with my rubber duck, have a chill time, nice hot bath. But we still quite some way from starting to waste water again, and probably will never waste water in our lives again after this severe drought that we've been experiencing. But anyway, I'm starting to waffle. So Spark from Wavescape signing out. Hope you have a great weekend. Loads of surf, loads of wind, loads of storms, lots of rain. It's all happening. Cheers.